Audra, and this is Sandy, and today we're going to talk about cause and effect and what that all means, what it looks like, and how it works, and why it's important to know that all cause has an effect.
Yes.
And we don't realize how important that is.
Boy,
right?
is that for sure, yes.
Because everything we do has a reaction.
Mm-hmm. And causes us to be in certain specific effects.
Yes.
And that's why we want to bring that to you today and possibly do a couple videos on it, because it is so critical that you know and understand that if it's just like a thunderstorm coming, we know what the damages are going to be, the effect, if it's serious. It's the same exact in our lives.
Yeah.
It's that dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Because the cause, like
the thoughts we think, whatever you're thinking, like if, let's just use like easy as I'm blaming somebody for something.
Like in the morning I was thinking, you're blaming somebody, the kids or something.
Right. The kids woke me up, now I'm going to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Well, it's cause and effect. There's a reason why. And now you think you're going to have a bad day, so you will create a bad day. And
also cause more effect because you're different now, and now everybody's going to take the brunt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like now you go into work and you're like still grumpy because I had this. And we always tend to, when we're upset, be either pull back or our whole personality changes.
Yeah, the stiffness, the rigidness, the anger, the frustration all comes up because
the words are
you're
different.
Still pissed off that the kids woke you up and you didn't get in your meditation maybe, or you were jolted out of bed, and now everything from there goes kind of sideways.
Right, it short-shipped your coffee break,
Mm-hmm.
and just anything that kind of gets you off balance. And we always, and wouldn't you agree that we always know when we're off balance?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And if we don't admit it, we're lying to ourselves.
Right.
Or hiding from ourselves would be another one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing that is so critical, is that we know what we're doing, but we don't know how to handle it, which is why we want to talk about it.
Right, stopping it in its tracks and being like, wait a second. Even if sometimes it's like you just need a reset. Maybe it is just going back to bed for 5 minutes to reset and say, nope, my day's not starting like this.
Yeah.
I am going to center myself, go into my heart, because I'm not going to create this reality I don't want to see anymore.
Right. I can't blame my kids.
Right.
And you
it's
could
just
take
life.
that pause.
Right.
Yeah.
Take a pause. Taking a pause is like critical. Slowing down, stopping. Like even if you're to the point where you're late, you're still going to have a better day. Mm-hmm. It's better to me to call in and be like, I'm running a few minutes late, than to go and push past that, because pushing past that creates more havoc in your life, and your whole day will be like you're walking around backwards.
Yeah. If you don't get a handle on cause and effect and realize that you're really mirroring what your future is going to be when you get like that, when you feel like that. I wanted to talk a little bit about feelings.
Yeah,
because
the feelings are the key.
We know when we're off, and we just, it's like we're in a 100-mile-an-hour car. We ride right past it.
Yeah.
We're saying, put it in reverse, go right back to feelings. You know you're off. Now sit down and pause.
Right.
Sit down and define,
Regroup.
I'm mad. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And feel the feelings, because once you feel the feelings, then they can flow through you. Like, okay, I'm going to feel this. I am irritated. Okay, now what?
Thank you for the guidance.
Yes, right. Okay, let me feel that. Let me get into that. Let me be with that. Let me stop pushing it down all the time or thinking it's not happening. It is happening. You're right. It is happening. If you have the feeling of irritation, it is happening. So you created that. So stop and be with it.
Right.
And own it, and just be like, okay, well, I'm going to pause here and rewrite this story for the day.
Right, exactly.
Because that's how we get stuck in the darn hamster wheel of life. Mm-hmm. And we can be that for 20 years.
Yeah, because we don't take responsibility. We think, well, this one did this, so then this one did that, and then I did this. But you were doing it out of joining a cause group instead of saying, I won't participate in that inside. Saying to yourself, oh no, that would not be good for me, because the effect of that could be severe for my marriage or my kids or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can't join the cause, and you can't join the cause group.
Yeah.
Because there's no truth in cause until you're deliberate, and like the cause could be, I want a super good day today, and you are going to follow that to the line.
Mm-hmm.
So what you hear around you is going to sound either positive or negative, and you're going to know what to steer yourself away from.
Yeah, you're back in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
instead of running on a hamster wheel, blaming everyone and getting nowhere, and then getting deeper and deeper and deeper in that groove, you actually stop that groove. You can get off the hamster wheel. You might not know what to do. You might have to stand there for a minute, get your bearings, but at least you're off the hamster wheel and then headed in the right direction.
Right. And I think a lot of the cause is unconscious right now.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
don't realize that, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was in this situation and that I actually blame someone for it when they have no idea.
Right.
Or the situation has no idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you really begin to get, oh, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah. And if you always have to defend your beliefs, you know you're in the cause and you're in the wrong spot. Like if you're always just like, you jump to that, they're always wrong, it's their fault, it's this. Anything outside of yourself is like you lose yourself.
Giving an opinion is losing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because people take opinions as invitations.
Right. But we don't even see that. When a belief, it's a belief, and this is like kind of sidestepping a little, but it's a belief when you have to defend that. When you cannot be wrong, or you have to say something when you don't really need to say something about someone, it just takes more away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're like that defense mechanism, and everybody feels it, like it's that pull, like, well, if he didn't say this or she didn't say that, then I'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you won't, because you're defending you on an inner space. You created that you think you're wrong in some arena of your life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And until you make peace with that and say, I don't care if I'm right or wrong,
mm-hmm.
you're going to defend that till the cows come home.
Yeah, and you have to become a little more mature to realize that when you say your opinion, you're inviting another opinion, and then you have to defend that same opinion to them. And then the whole thing is like rolling down a hill at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. And it just creates a snowball effect. And then everyone else gets involved. And then it's just like...
And there's no resolution.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be willing to step into your truth and live from within. And that is where we want you to start living from your heart and deciding that your day is important to you. You're the cause and you're the effect. So you have to take the responsibility and show up for you, we have to stop living outside ourselves and pull ourselves back into ourselves. Right, and if that's one thing that we can all do, we will be just that little awareness brings you back to guess what, my life can change on a dime, just even in that thought.
Because when you start, immediately when you are causing, because there's a feeling that is there, instead of moving forward with that cause, say, what am I feeling about this? Because your truth is trying to say, whoa, this is bigger than you thought if you join it. Yeah. It's like joining a club with a membership that you didn't want to join, and you were joining it for self-approval more than anything else. And now what we're saying is your self-approval, speaking up,
has to be about yourself.
Yes, only about you, strictly about you.
People pleasing has to go off the table, like not speaking up, thinking you're wrong, thinking everyone's wrong or right. All that has to go to the side. Because it's no longer an outer game anymore. And I think that's where we lose ourselves all the time, is thinking it's about somebody else when it never is. No one's in your head. No one can make you feel a certain way unless you decide you're going to feel that way. No one has that much power over you unless you give it. And then you did give it.
Yep, exactly.
So you have to be really mindful of where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How do you want to handle life? What do you want to accomplish? And are you ready to live your desires now instead of waiting? because it all matters.
Right. And you can start to say, whoa, I'm going to pause a second and see what this is about. I can handle it. I feel when I'm clear, I can handle anything. And that's what we're trying to get you to see when you're following a cause. I can handle this. I can do this. I can call somebody that I know I can trust. And there's always a way to resolve that instead of take another 24 hours and a beating with the effect that you can't hardly stand.
Yeah, you know you're in it when you have the monkey mind is just going over that same situation 1,000 times. That's your clue that you have gotten away from yourself. And you can stop that in an instant by going into your heart and being like, no, I'm going to look at this different. I'm going to choose something different right now. And right then and there, you'll get a break away from it.
Right. And then you have your drawing board. I can create this for my day. I can create a different effect. And that's what we want you to go away with today.
Yes.
Cause and different effect.
Yes.
Cause and different effect. In parentheses, my effect.
And who would I be if I didn't have this thought? Who would I be? Because you would automatically change if you weren't in that monkey mind. Who would I be now? How would I show up differently if I wasn't thinking those monkey mind thoughts?
Right.
That kind of cuts it right there too.
Yeah.
So,
and using the child, like waking you up, you know, hey, they're children. And if you just drop that thought, you're like, hey, they're children. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
And that's how simple it is when you pause for 2 minutes and say, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because you get the instant truth that you asked for.
Yep.
A husband, a business, anything. You just stop 2 seconds and say, hey, what's going on? And you will get your truth instead of the effect.
Yeah. It's the really slowing down to do the mindset reset. And that's like what we teach is how do you mindset reset? Well, first step is you pause.
Yep.
You take inventory of what is going on with me today.
Yes.
And you let all the chips fall around you because you'll never get to you if you keep going outside yourself, no matter where.
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah,
there you go. So that's a lot in a short amount of time, but it will get you to a new place just starting with the reset. Like, just pause. Just pause, get back to yourself, and hit reset.
Yes. And when you do this, starting with day 1, you will see that you are absolutely creating a different life. And it's like a magic show compared to what effect is. Before you're not buying into somebody else's effect, but your own creation.
Yeah.
I love that. To me, that's miraculous.
Yeah. And who would I be if I woke up and I wasn't pissed off at my kids? Well, you would be totally different. Who would I be if I stopped worrying about everybody and people pleasing? Oh, I'd be totally different. How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you show up? Like all those things, that's the question. Who would I be if I didn't think like this? Well, I'd be a totally different person.
Yep. So be gentle with yourself and start asking questions of, oh, what do I really think? I know that I have to look at this and say, you can't blame anymore. You're way past that.
Give yourself the grace that you want and that you ask other people for and that you give your children. Give it to yourself.
Yep, exactly.
So everyone have a great day. Let us know what you think. Leave comments below. Please like and subscribe and share. And we will talk to you soon.